Breathe a sigh of relief. You made it to Strongly Financial, a weekly live web series dedicated to elevating your financial literacy and cultivating your overall health and well-being. Your co-hosts are Dr. Michael A. Wright and Ali Leonard. Their respective expertise in holistic wellness and financial consulting positions them perfectly to guide you toward optimal well-being and unrivaled financial success. Please allow me to introduce them further. The incomparable Ali Leonard. As a credit guru, Mr. Leonard has dedicated himself to fostering financial literacy in students of all ages. He has developed a comprehensive credit awareness curriculum that is suitable for elementary, high school, and college students. Mr. Leonard has traveled the country, providing credit awareness seminars to high schools, colleges, churches, and private organizations. Mr. Leonard has worked tirelessly with federal credit agencies, financial services, and real estate agencies, earning a strong reputation for his professionalism and expertise. Mr. Leonard is committed to educating and training consumers as well as assisting them practically to fix their credit. The company he founded, Financial Services Unlimited, offers credit consultation, credit services, and financial services including insurance for financial repair and wealth management. Join his supportive online community, FSU team, empowering you to take control of your financial future. Dr. Michael A. Wright. Dr. Michael A. Wright is a highly accomplished and respected professional in the fields of social work, coaching, publishing, and consulting. With a wealth of experience and expertise, he has dedicated his career to helping individuals and organizations achieve their goals and make a positive impact in their communities. As the CEO and lead executive coach at More Media Group, Dr. Wright specializes in helping individuals tell their stories and translate their ideas into capital. With interventions based on his signature contribution, creating opportunities and changing horizons, the coach method, he continues to focus on trauma-informed, holistic, and transformational approaches to personal and professional development. Join the vibrant online community at wealthcarebymoremedia.com, where he promotes practical habits of health in 4 key domains: brain, body, mind, and spirit. And I am your virtual host, Bartholomew Socrates. You can call me Bart. I introduce the ideas, the segments, and the opportunities as we explore the intersection of health and wealth weekly on Strongly Financial.
Hello, hold on. Mike. Okay. I'm on, but I can't hear. Do I need to log out and log back in? That's you. I don't know what's going on. Well, let me go to Facebook and see if I can see something here. Go to Facebook and see if I can see something. Now I can hear on Facebook. Now I can hear on Facebook. All right, what do you want me to do? I can't.
We can say it one of two ways. Option one, you're standing in your own way. You are the bottleneck. Or option two, you're standing in between your present struggle and your future contentment. You are the breakthrough. Both statements hold true, but they diverge in perspective. They also influence how you perceive your past, present, and future. By adopting a trauma-informed approach that acknowledges you as a complex adaptive system, you can unravel the enigma that is your unique self and identify choices aligned with your sustainable development. In other words, you can answer the tough questions. Who am I? What do I want from life? Who is my tribe? The approach is readily available. It's called the Coach Method, created by me, Dr. Michael A. Wright. However, the effectiveness of any intervention ultimately relies on your perspective and the lens through which you see the world. Coach Matrix recognizes that you may not currently possess the empowerment to shape your perspective or color your path within the confines of predefined boundaries. With the support of the Coach Matrix community, you will sharpen the tools and leverage the guidance needed to navigate your journey towards personal and professional growth. By unleashing your potential and harnessing your natural capacity for change and integration, you can create a present of fulfillment and a future of consistency. Coach Matrix is empowerment. Informed by the well-researched Matrix 5x5 program, Coach Matrix empowers you to identify capacity, harness capability, embrace joy, and foster creativity. You will unlock your full potential and achieve the transformative outcomes you seek. So let's get you empowered. Matrix 5x5 is the program of systematic evolution. Coach Matrix is the community of support. It's all here at CoachMethod.com.
Oh, I can hear the commercial, but I can't hear you. Okay, let me try my phone then and see what we can do something different. Okay. Can you hear me?
Oh, now
There we go.
I wasn't even on the screen. No, I had the wrong. It was all me the whole time.
What?
Yep, it was all me. So I had the wrong microphone selected. So, well, nobody heard what that was about. So we're gonna just restart.
Let's do it.
So welcome to Strongly Financial. Today we're talking about this new concept, and I was given a little bit of talking about something nobody heard, but it's the fact I found something on the internet.
Okay.
Developing story is that I was on Instagram and there's this person that launched an Instagram account, and you'll never guess who it is.
You.
Even worse. It's
Me?
I'll pull up on the screen so you can see who it is.
Bart.
Yep. Bart has his own Instagram and he's already got 8 followers. I don't even know what's going on. So you gotta he didn't do his responsibilities. He called out again this week. So I think he got something brewing. So we gotta keep tabs on what he's doing over here with this social media post stuff. Wow. So we'll see what's going on. I'm sure we'll see it in the next couple of weeks.
Oh, Bart.
What's going with Bart? Got his whole profile together and everything. So what's going on?
Oh boy.
We're talking about lofty questions today. So have you heard about this idea, lofty questions?
No.
I'm so excited about this. I'm writing a book on it because I don't think enough people know about this. Of course, the title today, positive thinking, positive mindset, positive cash flow.
Right.
The positive affirmations, positive cash flow. And the affirmations piece is all in the analytics these days, from YouTube. A lot of people are using YouTube to get their positive affirmations in the mornings, especially,
right.
And even throughout the day, which I think is a wonderful use of that platform. And there are some people who are pushing back in the context of affirmations because those affirmations they feel aren't doing enough. They're not connecting, aligning with the honesty, integrity of themselves. So, to say an affirmation like, you're wonderful, you're making a lot of money, you're doing big things, their brain works very literally and says, no, you ain't. You're not doing much of anything. You tired and depressed. That's what's going on. So one of the reactions to this is to start to look at something called lofty questions.
Okay.
And what lofty questions does is, instead of trying to tell yourself something that your brain is trying to fight against and say is not true, you start asking the question why. And so you think of it as 3 steps. So the why, the desired characteristic, and then the scope and scale. So for example, you might say, why am I so valuable to my company? Or why am I able to give so much of myself in situations? Or why am I able to make more money? And the thing that happens as you get so that's the why, and that was the desired characteristic. So you get a scale that might say like, why am I able to attract high ticket clients at $800 and make $800 a day? So you've got the why, the characteristics of self, and the scope and scale. And what happens is you set your brain on a task. So instead of fighting against your brain to make something true that you don't feel is true, or that your brain is arguing isn't true, you set your brain on the task of answering the question, why am I able to attract high ticket clients?
Yeah.
Okay. Tune of $800 a day. Your brain will do the work to answer that question. Your brain will do the work.
Got it. Okay.
Yep. So that's lofty questions.
That's interesting.
It's truly interesting because it's the brain science.
Right.
Right. Like what your brain is built to keep you safe. That's number one.
Yes.
And number two, it's built to solve problems.
Right.
And so if you give it a problem to solve, it's going to do the work to solve that problem. And if you make the quote unquote problem your progress, your brain is going to figure out how to get you to those answers.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of similar to your
about that.
Subconscious, I guess, working behind the scene for you. I guess it's kind of similar.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's activating your subconscious, your brain in particular, because that's kind of the mechanism, right?
Right.
Because you know how you'll say to yourself, who's that actor from the movie? And the one with the planes and the Top Gun and Risky Business, and he danced and he's short and he run in every movie, and you can't think of it right now, but then you'll be taking a shower like 3 hours later. You're like, Tom Cruise.
Right.
Right. Because it's just that's how your brain works. You give it a test and it works toward until it gets done with answering that, it's really not going to let you loose.
Wow.
We talk a lot on this program up to this point. We've talked a lot about overthinking and how we're done with overthinking.
Yes.
What if you could use that overthinking to your advantage? And that's what this lofty questions thing is. So your brain is going to work overtime, but you set the agenda.
Right.
Instead of it being the agenda that it naturally wants to work at, that the anxiety produces.
Right.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
Right. So I want to ask you, if you were able to implement this with your clients around their financial issues, because I think this is specifically what it is. This connects with positive cash flow.
Right.
Because you can, instead of asking them, one question or why can't you get it together? Right?
We're talking about that today.
Question, right? So how do you already see this as a difference maker in how you engage with your client?
Well, I mean, I really think that this would be something that could be a game changer. And the reason being is because they already thinking, negative. Why I can't, improve. Why I can't do better. Why I can't save. Why I can't be on the budget. Follow a spending plan. Um, why am I such a consumer? And if they and majority of it starts with the mindset, regardless of where they are in life. So if they could use this technique, I think that would be something that I can see improvement in my clients faster and get the results that they're looking for faster instead of trying to make it like it's a chore or it's a duty that I got to do. It's not, it's not a happy thing for me to do. It's a struggle because I'm fighting against it.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean,
I think that's the biggest thing often is getting that shift into things being natural and being a part of your daily routine, being comfortable instead of it being the big extra, got to put a lot of energy into it thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
And really training your brain, because the hard part is you're already trained in the trauma and in the trauma response, in the anxiety, in the depression, because that's just how we were taught.
Yeah.
To deal with things that way.
Automatic.
But really, if you could get into that mindset of controlling your brain toward these lofty goals in the form of questions, I think that's a real game changer.
Oh, most definitely.
So how, when you think about the cash flow that comes out of this, tell me what this cash flow kind of proposition is when you think about increasing your income and getting your cash flow together. I know a big part of that is decreasing your expenses.
That's number one.
But when you get into this whole question, bringing in that mindset that you're talking about, what's the opportunity there for increasing your cash flow?
Well, I mean, and like you just stated, number one is decreasing your outgoing income, and we've been harping on this spending plan. I was talking to a client of mine last week. She's a younger, individual, and when I said budget, she just kind of like froze up. You know what I'm saying? And so I said, you know what? We're not going to use budget. We're going to use spending plan. He said, well, I like that a whole lot better. Mm-hmm. So it really starts with what areas can I decrease spending? And how do you know that if you don't set up a spending plan and see what's coming in and what's really going out? That's one of the biggest things to do with this cash flow decreasing. But then you got to look at some other opportunities and areas that I can do to bring in additional income, like a side hustle or a hobby that you've been doing. And now I want to create that to where it's going to be something that I can bring some income, into the household, whether it be painting or cleaning houses or cutting yards or, whatever the case may be. That's another a way that you can kind of look at this cash flow and getting more of it is looking at additional income streams, revenue streams.
And there are a lot of different ways to do that. I think one of the mindset shifts that we talked about before is really managing your time and recognizing that your time is worth something. So we go to work and we sell our time, 8 hours, 10 hours.
Right.
We sell it for a certain rate.
Right.
And that tells us to some extent what we're worth, but we're worth more than that potentially, depending on the service that we're providing. So like you said, your hobby, maybe you're selling that. We've talked about selling plates before. That's in the Black community. That's a big one.
Right.
But I think a lot of people have to risk offending people to some extent too, to really start to recognize the value of their time. If I'm taking care of your kids or babysitting,
Right.
I can do that for free because I'm nice like that, or I have time.
Right.
I want to help you out. We also need to look at the economic value of that exchange that I'm giving you. And I think we don't always think in terms of that. Some of my clients are barter clients.
I was just going to say that. You took the right out of my mouth. Yes.
Because there is an economic value. And so I have relationships where, I'm paying $250, but they're paying me $250 back in the interaction that we have, the exchange, and I'm getting things done and moving things forward because of that barter.
Yes. I mean, and I don't think we take advantage of that enough, or it's too, one-sided, to where this person is receiving more from the barter than the other person, and it has to be, a 50-50 type of exchange. But that is a major way to get things done without, spending money or jeopardizing your self-worth to assist somebody else who has something else that you have to at some point in time pay for, and you kind of exchanging it. That's major. I don't think we do enough of that the proper way. You might start, and then this person just going to take advantage of your services, but then not give you their services back to you equally. So we definitely have to watch that part as well.
Yeah, and you definitely want to make sure that you're good with the exchange that's there, and all of that type of thing, making sure that it works for you. You feel comfortable, they feel comfortable,
right,
and have that. So it really makes sense. But yeah, I think that's a critical area. And then, like you were saying, as your hobbies become other pieces, recognizing the worth of your time, you also start to recognize that your time has value. So let's say you've got 4 hours in the evening and you don't have anything to do. You watch a couple of shows, but you say, let me take 2 hours and I'm going to do something. I want people to know that when we talk about side hustles, we're in the age, post-information age. We're actually in the AI revolution.
Right. Yes.
So the types of things that you can do these days, from the simplest things of reading books into the computer, responding to surveys, doing customer reviews and interviews. It's no longer that you have to get a whole full-time job and deal with the politics of everything that's going on there. You can be a freelancer in lots of different industries, provide that time, that hour to people, and get a positive return from it. So there's just lots of different ways these days, in addition to, the types of things like capital intensive things or asset intensive, like have to have a car to go Uber or to deliver food for DoorDash or Instacart. But if you have that and you have the time to do that, there are those opportunities. But there's a lot of opportunities being at home as well.
It is. I mean, it's a whole lot of opportunities. And, if a person has 4 hours, like you stated, what I'm saying, instead of using that to watch, the Housewife of Atlanta and all of that, or being on social media for 2-3 hours, because you can get caught up in that as well. Start doing some research. Start looking at some industries that you are, probably already engaged in, and how you can, translate that into, making some money for yourself, as well.
Exactly. And talk to somebody like, I heard about this guy, Dr. Michael A. Wright, the pivot coach. I mean, that's what he specializes in.
Yeah,
People
exactly. Reach out to
pivot
him.
into those types of things, like the skills that they have.
Right.
We probably should put his information up at some point. Yeah, that type of
You got to do that.
That was a good thing. And then one more thing that you have been big on, which I appreciate, is looking for affiliate and connections with in like these affiliate investments is kind of this new area. I would call it, because you're really looking for new startups, new relationships, creating those relationships, getting in on those businesses early, and then doing the affiliate work. And of course, there's a long history of affiliate marketing.
Oh, yes.
You, like that same hour we were talking about, you go on Instagram and you talk about a product that you use and show people what it is. You have set up a link from Amazon affiliate. They buy the product, and now you get a portion of the sale if you're talking about it. Like, so even from home, using social media, which you sometimes feel like is a waste of time, you can actually be making money.
And I mean, affiliate links or being an affiliate of a corporation, people are buying the products anyway. So why not partner up with somebody or a company that you're using, or you're doing research and saying, okay, well, this company sold 1,400 of this certain item in a week, and I'm gonna reach out to this company and see how. Because believe me, most of them have affiliate links connected with them. So why not sell the same product that people are gonna buy anyway? And like you stated, you get a percentage of it. I mean, so it's no excuse for individuals who have any extra time to not be using that to generate some additional income and cash flow. It's no excuse these days.
That's opportunity.
Yes, and you got AI too that can build this and sell that and give you a strip for it. It's no excuse. Period.
So good. So good.
I see your eyes over there searching and looking and thinking.
No, because I'm about to get your affiliate connection here. We're about to get into your our sponsor, the
String Bean.
Room Killer, Stream Bean. Yeah.
Now, I think I sent you my new affiliate link. Did you get it?
Oh no.
Okay.
Did I put the old? Let's see. The one that affiliate equals financial services unlimited. This one.
I think it's that one. I think it did some upgrades. So if you want to go ahead and put it up, I can go ahead and check very quickly.
Okay, yeah. Send it to me if it's not, and we'll just update it on the fly. All right.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. So the affiliate thing is the real thing. I just realized I forgot to check this other couple of weeks. So the Facebook has updated their system. Speaking of affiliate links and all the stuff that we're talking about, where you can't stream directly into groups anymore. So there's a special way that you have to connect your stream to your group. And basically you go to your page and then link it to the group.
Oh, okay.
So, the page that's live on. But anyway, I just took care of that. That's what I was looking so intently at over here, trying to make that happen. I didn't realize it was as easy as it ended up being. So anyway, the growing pains of doing the things like this, like I said, I want people to understand it's possible to do these things. You don't have to be perfect. You just got to get out here and do it, because you'll get to, year 2, you'll be expert and people will be wondering how you did it so well and did all this different stuff. Well, it's the growing pains that you're experiencing through the process. That's where you learn how to do this and start to make it happen. So
yes. And then, I mean, a lot of people don't see that part of the growing pains or the behind the scenes stuff that you're doing, and the late nights, and trying to get this to work, and trying to do this, trial and error. All they see is the finished product 1 or 2 years down the road. It's like, man, how in the hell did he get to do all of this? And it was a lot of work. It's been a lot of work.
Yeah, not to mention the behind the scenes. So that's another thing. That's what I'd really like to go into next in terms of best practices. Really looking at this idea of how do you start? What are some of the tips and places that you can kind of look at opportunities? And so I invite you. I know you're making some connections with some different things in the community. You moved to a different community, so you had to start over,
right,
with a lot of those professional contacts and things like that. The one that I'll mention just to get us started is not actually. I actually did this, in a prior business, but I have a client who's working with the Chamber of Commerce.
Yes.
Which is a good connection to start to find out about local business, especially if your local Chamber of Commerce is active and puts on events, especially networking events where you can get to know different people. But what are some of the ways that you kind of taken these affirmations into lofty questions and then into courageous action? That's the next step, that courageous action. What have you what kind of circles have you gotten into? What kind of networking have you done that's been beneficial?
I mean, really, like you stated, we've joined, since being here, we've actually joined two different chamber of Chamber of Commerce, because it is a way to get introduced to people that's doing things in your city, in your community, opportunities that are coming down the road, opportunities that exist now, getting your name out there. And it's really about building relationships and contacts. Yeah, if you have an excellent service or you provide an excellent product, but if people don't know what you're doing and how you're doing it, then you can't really elevate as fast as you want to. So you got to connect with the people who are making moves. The shakers and bakers. In your community, in your area, in your industry. So definitely the Chamber of Commerce, and then connect with some of these. Every city has networking events, business networking events, for you to go out and meet and greet, shake hands, and have conversations with individuals who are might be interested in your service or might need your service or your products. Start a list. Me personally, I probably got 7 to 8 different of these composition books for each category that I'm working on, or each industry, or each business, and always writing down some things in them, setting some goals, some things I want to get accomplished, and to put together a to-do list, not 30 of them, but 5 or 10, or what I need to accomplish today. It might be 3 items, but at least you'll be able to go in and check those off. Even when you're doing the startup, you're researching your company's name, and setting up your corporation, and other things like that. Those things that you got to be able to check off. If you're trying to get a website, or you have to have a domain name. And, so that kind of stuff. But you got order to it. You can't be just all over the place and expect for you to really reach your goal in a timely manner. So you got to be organized in that arena as well.
Yeah, definitely. And there's a couple of things that I found out just this week, actually, to share in terms of getting out there. If you're in that space, of course, you want to build out your bio. And I
Right.
just sent you my bio.
Right.
I hope you liked it. Look,
Yeah.
I updated it. Because I realized I didn't have my brand on it, because the pivot coach.
Oh wow. Okay.
The pivot coach thing is big. I need to promote that even more.
Yes.
Like even on this little Dr. Michael A. Wright, that's one piece of my brand.
Right.
But it's Dr. Michael A. Wright, the pivot coach.
Right.
And that's important to do whenever your business needs to have that branding, so that people kind of know you and can connect to you in multiple ways. Your name is good, that's important, but also that other element is important.
Yes, it is.
But one of the places that I found out about is this quoted.com. And it's a paid service, but they also have a free option to sign up and build out your bio. And what this is a place that news outlets go to in order to find experts in a certain area.
Wow.
So this would be a definite win for you, right? As a financial advisor, financial coach, financial planning professional. And actually, I just saw one they had for financial planners. They wanted them to come on and talk about, it's a story that a guy was writing, and wanted them to talk about family financial planning. So a good thing for you or Sharifa. We actually did an episode on it, right? So so they could get some information there, and they would quote you in their magazine article.
Oh. Okay.
Or it would be a on a news program or something like that.
Right.
So quoted.com, that's a place for that opportunity.
Yes.
And then this other one, there's apparently a podcast guest directory.
What?
Yeah. So if we wanted to be guests or get guests, you can go and find out. So for the listeners out there, let's say you wrote a book and you want to kind of go on the circuit and let people know about your book. Not only are you able to just, do what we do, social media, that type of thing. I run a social media management kind of arm of my business to help your book get out there, posting on different sites and stuff like that. But what if you also could get podcast opportunities and other opportunities to be out in front of different audiences? So that podcast guest opportunity is another great opportunity for that.
Yes, that's big.
Yeah. So those are like the different things we're looking at putting together here. And like it's getting to be about that time. It's summer. The schools are out. I've got this list of things I need to do in terms of putting these pieces together.
Yep.
I know you've got a ton of things you're working on.
Yes.
That we can talk about even offline.
Right.
Because you know how the haters be lurking.
They
Feds is listening. The feds is listening. But, we got different things that we're gonna launch over the next 3 to 6 months, and even the beginning of next month.
Yes.
But those types of things are working in the context of these resources that are out there, because it's just so many things out here now with all the technology, all the opportunity, all the connectivity, and you're already paying these monthly fees and subscriptions for these different things.
Right.
So it's not the cost.
Right.
But what if you switch that and affirmed yourself in the context of additional revenue streams and positive cash flow? That's the big question.
It really is. And I mean, and people got to understand you have to invest into your business. It's not going to just take off, without any investments from you. And it doesn't always have to be financial investments. You got to put some time, energy, into it as well. And one of the things that I run across with my business clients is a lot of them don't, when they start making or growing the business, they don't put the money back into the business. They want to go and buy cars and expensive clothes and jewelry and all of that, and the business is not receiving what it needs to be put back into it, because you got to put it back into it to continue to grow and continue to different strategies and technology and things like that, and let's stop doing that. Let's stop once we get into the black just a little bit. Now I want to go get this Cadillac truck, what I'm saying?
Right.
So people can know that, okay, my business is doing well, and and 6 months, 9 months down the road, you don't have a business anymore because you're taking out your profit and putting it into material things that's not bringing you any value.
That's it. Yeah. Important.
Very important.
Let's take a quick break, and we're gonna come back for our last segment and talk about this piece. I think that's important that we always talk about, but we're going to hit it again, which is when you can't do this all on your own, how do you open yourself up to working with people, putting that team together and making it happen? We already talked about the barter piece of that and some of those pieces, that it's not just the money, but I think that's a big thing for us. We got to get into learning how to work together and make that happen. So let's talk about that after the break.
Perfect. We need to.
At the heart of the Motivator Lifestyle Company is motivation. Our mission is to inspire and empower individuals through the clothing and messages we create. We believe that by wearing our apparel, our customers will feel a sense of self-awareness, become more active, and engage in shaping their own world. Join us in spreading motivation and positivity through our unique and inspiring clothing line. Together with Strongly Financial, we can create a world where everyone is empowered to be the best version of themselves. Back again.
Yes, let's do it.
So I'm really on this tear right now, because I know I need a team. And the funny thing is, I was kind of, I wish I had people, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I did the whole multi-level marketing thing. They said find 100 people, make your list of 100 people and go and ask them and all this different stuff. And what I realized from that is I don't have 100 people. It's kind of sad, but you know how you live your life based on, you only need that one good friend.
Right.
But then that one good friend got to carry everything. Like when it comes to buying
Right.
Buying for your kids' bake sales and
Oh,
you need to have some other people. You need at least some associates around
right.
who can also right.
Yeah.
But what if we started to cultivate a team that really isn't just about the donations and that type of thing, but they also are about us leveraging through that barter, even if that's the way it works, but also we're providing something that they need.
Exactly.
And so instead of talking about that, which we talk about a lot on this show, I actually want to take it another level, because what I learned fairly recently is I need to stop messing around with scrubs. I got too many people that are associates of mine who aren't dragging me up.
Right.
If they're not dragging me down, they're at least leaving me like in that same place. I gotta start looking to people and thinking about people who are doing bigger things that scare me, so that I can start to get moving and motivated and inspired. And I'll tell you, the person who told me about the podcast guest website is one of these individuals. And talking to one of these individuals for 15 minutes, it's like you feel like I know people feel after they talk to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just the wealth of information, the vision for what can happen, and the same thing that they can tell me and they can share it with me, but it's not what they're interested in doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the beauty of that whole thing. That's where I want to start the conversation. You know, the reality of you don't have to be perfect to share resources with people and to give them value, and it be impactful to them, and you really make each other better. You hear what I'm saying? What do you think about that?
I mean, it's a saying that if you're the smartest person in your circle, you need to get a new circle.
Yep.
And people elevate people based on where they are, mentally, emotionally, financially, and all of that. So, I mean, that's kind of tough for most people, because we got bonds and relationships, we got love for people, family members, college, roommates, and things like that. But everybody's not growing at the level that you're growing. You know what I'm saying? So you hanging out or you having a conversation with them once a week, every time you call, it's some depressing, or they want to talk about this, which ain't bringing nobody no income. So you kind of get tired of that, and you got to get to a point in your life. You can love them from a distance, but if you're not motivating me, if you're not elevating me to the next level, if you're not bringing something positive to what I'm trying to do, and I can bring something positive to what you can do, if these conversations is not about business or how to come together to make money or to help individuals, then those conversations got to be limited. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I've had to make some tough decisions with even recently, individuals who are stagnated and don't want to grow and really don't want you to grow, but they ain't telling you that. But you can get that sense that they don't want you to grow, because the conversation that you're having, when you start bringing up something about the project, and hey man, I think it's a good idea for you to be a part of it. But now, right now, and they always got negative and depressing, spirit about them. You don't need those people around you, because it's going to drag you into this environment and keep you there, like the crab in the bucket type of scenario.
Yeah. I like what you're
decision, bro.
I like what you're saying, because it's not always malicious intent. It's not always them hating.
They just don't know.
Just crabs in a bucket isn't always malicious. It's just clawing away.
Right.
Like they just keep pulling, and they're at a state where they're not pulling you up; it's pulling you down.
Right.
So, yeah, it's a big deal.
It really is.
And starting to connect with people that it's a funny thing, and I laugh at myself because these are things that people know, you know, and it's hard sometimes, right? Because you want to be helpful to people, you know, and that starts to become an ego thing.
Yep.
But you gotta sacrifice that ego. It's big. I mean, I would tell anybody, I tell clients all the time, a lot of my clients don't have that problem though, as well, because they're coming to me. I mean, that's an ego reducing type of thing.
It is.
But I tell people all the time, and I tell myself as my first client, you got to let go of the ego part first, because the ego part will convince you that you don't need from other people. But yeah, you don't need from everybody, but you need from the people that will inspire you just by being themselves and doing what they do. That's where you do need, and you should connect in that way.
Yeah, and let me share this bit. You know, on my journey, the individuals that I, kind of responded to or clinged to were people where I was trying to go. Okay, millionaires, billionaires, people who were, not educated to the point to where you got 3 degrees, but individuals who have been in business that were, I was gravitating to them, and they were my mentors. But the mentality of some of the other people that were there was, you think you better than us. I'm like, bro, I'm trying to get the information so I can bring it back to y'all, those who want it, so it can help elevate you up. You know what I'm saying? But you got people out there that's, their mindset, they don't look at that piece of it. All they look at is, okay, well, you're going to get this knowledge and you're going to be above me, or you're going to be up here. I'm still going to be down there, but we can be up here together if you're willing to put in the work and the energy and change your mindset.
Exactly. And then there, I said I was explaining my business model to someone yesterday, and I said, you know what? Let me stop, because I need to show you better than I can tell you.
Right.
And it's all of these dreams and passions and things like that, and you want people to do better. You want to see them grow up and glow up with you. And you know what? We just got to show them, Ali.
That's all.
We got to show them what it's like to be able to build this, be consistent, have flaws, not be perfect, not overthink, get in there, learn on the fly, and do this. And that's the story.
Yes.
It's work, it's consistency, it's discipline, and you make it happen. So let's do it, brother.
I'm excited about what's in front of us. And we're human just like everybody else. We're not perfect. We're gonna make mistakes. But the thing about, we continue to grind, we continue to show up, show out, regardless of what is going on around us. And you can do the same thing, but you got to start with the mind. I mean, that part. And that ego is dangerous. It's very dangerous, and you got to get control of it. You got to let them know who's in. I'm in control, not you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you got to talk to them like that. Cause, I mean, ego is all the emotions and everything. Hot mess, bro. I'm telling you, the ego is a hot mess.
Yeah,
it is. You got to address that off the top.
It's important to address.
It is.
Thank you for that. So let's connect sometime this week. Today is Wednesday. So, we got a couple of days. So let's hit something and catch up on those things that we can't tell everybody about.
Right. Not yet.
Not yet.
Coming. It's coming. Yeah.
All right, bro.
I
I'll talk
appreciate
to
you,
you
bro.
soon.
Okay, love you, bro.
Bye.
Peace.